Welcome back to the Ninja Turtles painting series for Zombicide White Death Time Crash. Yep, this is Raphael, part 4 of the series. And we're bringing in some glitter to Raphael because he's got a bunch of red armor that's actually shiny. But we're going to clean that down a bit. We're not going to make it so crazy popping. And we're starting off with some gemstone red. You get to finally see some other metallics on this channel because you don't have the chance of always using metallic paints in the color range. Unless you're watching my Ankh videos, then I pretty much use every single color of metallic there is out there. And if you haven't watched my Ankh videos, go check out that playlist. It was my most popular playlist on the channel, or still is, and I am so glad I was able to paint everything and showcase that on this channel. They were amazing miniatures to paint. And anyways, go check those out. But today we're talking about the Ninja Turtles from Zombicide White Death. Yes, sirree, folks. Time Crash. So I haven't even played a game with them yet, but I figured this would be a good start to get my my foot into the door of painting all these samurais and all these crazy figurines that come in White Death. So crazy. Alright, brownish decay for the speed paint here. I'm just going to take a little break there to explain to you. So what I'm doing is putting this on the shell here. I don't know if this is one of the colors. I've already used one of the speed paints for other shells. I try to change a bit of the shells for each turtle just to have a little difference on them. But again, if I use the same one, I'm sorry. Anyways, Wyvern Fury now, staying with the reds, because Raphael, of course, is known for being the turtle with the red bandana. And this is where we're going in here. And I sped this up a little bit because there is quite a bit of stuff to paint with this. And again, there's some areas where it's very touchy. The details are a little muffled compared to the artwork. It was a little hard to figure out, okay, does this end here? Does it start here? Does it, play... does it, mesh into here? So again, some of the parts, Simon usually always brings it with their models, but sometimes they have some where it's a little rough around the edges where you try to figure out exactly where you're supposed to be painting and where I don't know if they had in mind people painting their miniatures when they make the game, but I love to see painted miniatures on the table, especially in board games, because sometimes, it's like, oh, who's my character again? Even though I got the round color base on it, this adds a little bit more oomph to it. And if you are new to the channel and you just found this Raphael one because you bought Zombicide White Death, the Time Crash box, and you're like, maybe I should paint this up. How easy is it? Well, this is super easy. Okay, this is not speed paint easy because you don't need as much control on your brush as you do with speed paint. So in my opinion, Warpaints Fanatic paints are actually very beginner friendly, and with the flexible triads like this ironclad gray that they added into a flexible triad with the John Blanche Masterclass series, so they added this into the blacks triad, which is really cool because this one was, I always forget the name. It was like cloak, what was it called? Graveyard cloak or something. It was a beautiful gray, and then it seems like when they created the Fanatics paint, they kind of omitted it, but then they brought it back with the grim dark paints that they did with the John Blanche here. And again, so I'm hitting areas where it's his armor, or not the armor, but like the clothing or the leathery parts, right? And it's not always, leather's not always brown, by the way. There's like always all kinds of colors. And I'm also putting on the handles of his size here, using it where I think that the leather should be, or where the clothing should be and stuff like that. Now I did speed up this part a bit because there are a lot of spots, and like I do often just turn the turtle around, look at it, making sure I didn't miss anything, and also look at the artwork in between. And I also try not to get too much paint on my brush. I go back and forth a lot. Alright, now we're just going to really amplify some of this clothing and the armor with the pure red. I don't know why they call it pure red, because frankly, it's not that red. It's got a little bit of pink hue to it, in my opinion, maybe even a little orangey. But I find that underneath the metallic red, which technically you could probably do all the armor with this first and then come over with like a glaze of the metallic, and that might make it look kind of neat. But I'm trying to get spots where this could conclude the armor. So yeah, you can see that I was taking a little break looking at everything. I'm like, oh, I forgot his mask again, hitting the nose, hitting everything in the process, because it's so hard to figure out what is a mask and what's not. All right, heavy metal. We're back with the heavy metal. Yes, I know I've used it in the past. It is great for the darker metals, which some of these turtles have and some don't. But on the next turtle, Michelangelo, I will change that a little bit just so that I show you another technique to get darker metal. So that's coming up. Don't forget, this is part 4 of 5. And they're all going to be put out at the same time, so you shouldn't be able to miss these. They're all going to be linked together. You'll be able to check it out and see them all and their wonderful glory. And if I get enough likes and enough comments and enough views on all these videos, I will continue with White Death on the channel. I don't want to commit myself to another huge box that's going to take me years to paint because of limitations I have with my health. I do have to be careful with how long I spend in front of a computer, how long I paint and stuff, and it has really slowed me down over the past years, where at one point I could paint 5 or 6 models in a day, no problem, and then get a lot of videos going, but it's harder for me now. So anyways, thank you for your patience with that. The channel appreciates it. I appreciate it. So again, if these guys can get lots of views, like I'm talking not just 100 views, that a lot of my videos have been very slow lately, can be discouraging, but it's still part of my hobby. It is still fun to do for you guys, and whoever does watch it, thank you again. And if you subscribed and you're continuously subscribing, especially the fact that 80% of you are not subscribed, but yet most of you are new to my channel and keep watching my videos, hit that subscribe button. It is free, okay? It doesn't cost you a thing. It maybe puts you up in your feed, once in my videos. You don't always have to watch them, but those subscriptions just help me grow and show YouTube that, hey, this channel is worth pushing out there. Because even if I'm the only one that say that painted Raphael here and I search it, he won't always show up. So videos like that need the likes, need the views, need the subscribers, okay? Like if it's pumped up. So please take your time and do that for me. We're using some red tone. I told you I was gonna like dull down that metallic a little bit, and this is what we're doing here. We're hitting even that pure red. We're hitting anything that has red on it and bring this in. I didn't want to use too many washes on these miniatures, but sometimes you just got to, especially on this metallic, because I didn't want it fully crazy shiny. I want it a little bit dulled down, a little bit more used in that. I didn't do any chipping effects, if you're wondering, at any point, so I don't do that at all here. I just want to get some of this red a little bit more, especially the metallic part, a little bit more dulled down and clean it all up. Again, these models are amazing still, but again, there's sometimes stuff that happens that, it's not the best. Now, this is a weird part here. Raphael had this like orangey red or orangey yellow like ribbon on him holding down his helmet, so I decided to take Flickering Flame and do this. So it's kind of cool that sometimes other turtles have colors from the other turtles, like we saw with Donatello had some blue from Leonardo. He's gonna have a little bit of orange in him, from like Michelangelo, or Jenica. Even Jenica was a little bit more yellowy than orange, so it's always interesting. All right, look, I told you before, the skin tones can be used for other things. So Mocha Skin is coming in and doing the scratch marks on the other letter, which was the Obsidian Skin that I used before. Now we're using Emperor's Gold for the nice trim around that helmet there. He's got a really awesome ornamental helmet. He's got a pretty cool helmet on, Raphael. I mean, he's the turtle with the attitude, so this to me fits really well. It's like, yeah, he's got the ego, he's got the helmet to go with it. Just amazing. And now that I've been painting these guys, I think I'm ready for more White Death stuff. Get them painted and all that, and yeah, just start working. And as you can see now, I'm doing all these like trims and all these little ornaments with the Emperor's Gold, like all sorts of little areas with it, just trying to make it pop a bit more. It is hard to get some of the raised areas because they're not very raised. Like I said, again, sometimes the pouring, I guess, or whatever, the manufacturing wasn't perfect, let's just say. Strap Gray, now I'm actually really doing now the contours of all the armor, because he had a more darker edging and non-metallic than the other turtles I've painted so far. If you haven't seen those guys, go take a look at them. And there's Jenica, there's Leonardo, there's Donatello, and upcoming is Michelangelo. So if you haven't seen those and you haven't checked them out, go ahead and take a look at the playlist, or go through my channel and look for other stuff too that's I've painted in the past, and have fun watching those. Yeah, so this is the final color. This is the final touch-up we're doing on this. I put some snow on the base, and I put some snowy tufts kind of thing, like frozen tufts, just to keep that theme of the snowy landscape that White Death has brought us in this latest Zombicide. Heard some news of some new Zombicide coming in 2026, but it's not going to be CMON doing it. So anyways, what are your thoughts on that? Are you going to be backing stuff again from non-CMON or whatever? I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to slay the gray, one miniature at a time.